the Leafs with a win last night, and Pierre Dorion at the end of the game, the camera just happened to be on him. Now, Noodles, you would know better than I would. Is there a camera permanently on both GMs, at all times?
We should probably have, Sam Cicerello or, Eddie, Chris Edwards, Colin, or Franklin. Like, those guys are in the truck. And there's – I don't know how many cameras. Let's just say there's 12 cameras in the building. I think there's probably maybe more. But have you ever seen where a goal goes in and all of a sudden it flashes to the guy who gave the puck away or whatever?
Yeah, they find it quick.
That's so gutless.
It's so good. It's great TV. It's Emmy Award-winning.
It's the director going, there, flash whatever. Like last night, I don't know, flash that guy. Or a lot of times.
But is there stationary ones on the GMs the whole game? There has to be.
I think there is. Again, I wouldn't have that answer, but I believe that they have cameras everywhere. And they can – I don't think there's one that just sits there and watches Dubas and sits there and watches Pierre Dorion. But these cameramen – I would think there
would almost have to be. I mean, for them to catch that quickly, to me would suggest there was – there aren't a lot of people in the building. Generally there's a camera that's kind of scanning the fans and you're always looking for some sort of fan reaction. That is no longer an option. So if you have two guys that are in the building that represent the fans or represent – people that are not affiliated directly with the ice, it's the two GMs. So I think I got to believe TSN was ecstatic that they just happened to have the camera on. Again, we can find out. We work for the company. Someone could probably send us a note on that. But it was just a perfect shot. It was right on Pierre Dorion. He was so rattled. I think he was rattled that they made the play that they made. Matthews broke it up. That should have been 3-on-1 the other way.
That was a 3-on-1 every day. Even Shabbat afterwards said, that's my bad. I was trying to get it up the ice quickly to force a breakaway. And, I thought Shabbat had a tough night, personally.
He really was terrible last night.
I thought he had a tough night. He plays 30 minutes a night, but there were some direct turnovers on his watch that cost either chances against or goals against.
But that one was crazy. That one was absolutely a panic play. You have any what is he doing there? Matthews even was cheating. Matthews was going to cheat. He was dead. He was at the end of his shift.
And
if Shabbat just goes wide on him.
Matthews was like, if I'm going down here, I'm going down.
Exactly. And it's great play by Matthews because he did read it. He cheated, but he cheated with the understanding that there's a chance this guy's going to take the bait, and he went for it. And for him to kick it out of the stands or kick it out of the sky like that, and then make the play that he did to dance whoever it was at the net was a pretty remarkable play. I thought he was really quiet last night, but the end of the game, that was an unbelievable shift.
The thing is I laughed. How he kicked it is he was losing balance. Most forwards can't skate backwards. I'm not lying. Watch Austin. Were you a good backwards skater?
I was, but when a guy was coming on me, it was ugly. I mean, any forward could skate backwards. I was a good skater. But if you get Pavel Bure coming down, I'm gone. I'm dusted.
That's more angles than anything else.
Most forwards are used to going one way. They don't, even when they back check, they're not backing up. Once in a while in the neutral zone, they'll stand there and just glide backwards and dictate. But they know how to skate backwards, but not at a high rate. That's the thing. I used to laugh. Ginla and the top players I played with, Brett Hull and all those guys, they didn't skate backwards at a high rate because they never did it.
It's not something I think everyone in the NHL can skate backwards, clearly.
Oh, for sure.
I think it's more about why these guys get danced is because of the angles. They're just not used to the gap control and how you're supposed to read the game going backwards when guys are coming down on you as fast as they are. And I think Matthews was basically at the end of a shift and was saying, I got to cheat here. I think if Shabbat literally just skated that right down the ice and went wide and took it to the net, Matthews would not have stopped him. Matthews would have just tried to pick up on the other man and said, go ahead, Jack Hamill's got to stop you here. And he just completely malfunctioned, Shabbat making that play. And I think that was the reaction. I don't think it was necessarily, I can't believe we threw away a point because they didn't. It wasn't like Ottawa dominated that game and the Leafs stormed back with 2 late goals and won it in overtime. And it's not as if Dorion, I think, is of the belief they're going to go on some magical run and get into the playoffs. Maybe
just a competitive situation, man. That's all it is. What?
But I love it because that's gonna last forever, man. That is a gift. That's a meme.
Wow.
That is gonna be around for the rest of time. And it's awesome that we caught that on camera.
There are 2 memes of Pierre Dorion this year. I'm not sure if you remember this other one. At the start, it was closer to
behind
the start
the
of the
glass?
season. Yes, he was behind Carey Price in overtime. So he had come down from the press box, or from his luxury suite, and during overtime, he was standing behind Carey Price with a mask on, just standing there.
I don't remember seeing that.
It was a meme.
How I missed it, but
it was a meme on the internet where people were doing the Bernie. What was that guy? Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders with the gloves at the inauguration. Yeah,
it was unbelievable. And I've got a note from the guys in the truck last night saying we made the decision to ISO Dorion. It's not a locked off shot. We had ISO'd him.
So there you go. That's brilliant. That's great TV right there. You had to have it.
Scotty and Sam went right to him and said, made the call to ISO both general managers.
It's such a great shot.
That time.
And I think he was thinking I should throw something else, but a pen isn't going to work, a pad of paper is not going to work. And he goes with was it a coffee or a glass of water? I don't know what it was.
It looked like a coffee or a Diet Coke or something. And the guys are writing me. It said, we have to make calls like this all the time. And they took a chance and rewarded with a gold shot.
Oh, it's an outstanding shot. That's going to be and I think, honestly, when the dust settles, I like seeing that out of Pierre Dorion.
Sure.
I love that he's fired up. I love that, there's no one in the building. It's overtime. You still got a point. Your team, he knows who they are and what they are. He wants to see them grow. But I like that attitude. I like the fact that he's got a reaction where he's alive. And Dubas had one. Like, Dubas is on the edge of his seat, too. When your team picks up that extra point, that goes a long way. And I like seeing that out of Dorion. And I think that's got to be something that consistently happens in the future. You got to have a shot on both GMs.